Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the equation 6 to the power of x is equal to 60. So to solve this, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to be taking the log on both sides. So I get log of 6 to the power of x is equal to log 60. Now, if I have something in the form log of a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front. This can equal b times log a. In this case, I have log 6 to the power of x, and I can move x to the front. So I get x times log 6 is equal to log 60. Now from here, I'm going to divide both sides by log 6. So then these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to log 60 over log 6. So now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite log 60 as log of 6 times 10. And if I have something in the form log of a times b, this is equal to log a plus log b. So log 6 times 10 is going to equal log 6 plus log 10. And I evolve this over log 6. Now, from here, if I have something in the form a plus b over c, this is equal to a over c plus b over c. So log 6 plus log 10 over log 6, I can write this as log 6 over log 6 plus log 10 over log 6. Now, log 6 and log 6 cancel out, so I get x is equal to 1 plus log 10 is also equal to 1. So I have this over log 6. And if you guys already didn't know, log 6 is equal to log 3 times 2, which is equal to log 3 plus log 2, which is equal to 0.7781. So if I plug this in for log 6, I am left with x equals 2.2852. Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x. So to solve this, I'm going to divide both sides by 4 to the power of x. So I get 4 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x. Now, 4 to the power of x and 4 to the power of x cancel out, so I get 1 plus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So in this case, 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is going to equal 6 over 4 to the power of x. And 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is going to equal 9 over 4 to the power of x. Now I can simplify these fractions. So 6 over 4 is equal to 3 over 2. And 9 over 4, I'm going to rewrite as 3 squared over 2 squared. And I can actually use this property again for 3 squared over 2 squared. So that's going to equal 3 over 2 squared to the power of x. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of n to the power of m. So this can equal 1 plus 3 over 2 to the power of x, which is equal to 3 over 2 to the power of x to the power of 2. Now I'm going to let 3 over 2 to the power of x equal to the variable y. So I get 1 plus y is equal to y squared. And if I subtract y minus 1 on both sides, these 4 cancel out, and I get y squared minus y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, to solve this equation, I'm going to use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is negative 1, and c is negative 1. So I get y is equal to negative of negative 1 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So negative 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. Now this is equal to positive 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 4 over 2, which is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So y is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. However, we're not done yet because we're not solving for y, we're solving for x. And remember how we let 3 over 2 to the power of x equal to y. So this gives me two equations. I have 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, as well as 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. Now to actually start, we can already cancel out one of these equations, which is the right-hand one, because 1 minus the square root of 5 is going to be a negative number, and you can't take the power of a positive number and make it equal a negative number. So this equation wouldn't even work. So the only equation I have left is 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And to solve this, I'm going to take the log on both sides. So I've log 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to log 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. So now this turns into x times log 3 over 2 is equal to log 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And now if I divide both sides by log 3 over 2, I get x is equal to log 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2 over log 3 over 2.